everybody, welcome back to the channel. I know we've been away for a little bit, but we're back at it now that the new set is on Karabas. We're able to test it out. I've got a kind of a funky, spicy list here for you, and we're going to see how it works in the current or in the next set preview, I guess, spoiler season. What's the deck? Well, we've got Sly Moore. I'm trying her out because she's a force leader. That also flips on 5 and essentially does 5 damage. She does 3 wherever and then 2 to an exhausted unit, which is really cool. But on the front side, you can exhaust her for 1, and if there's 4 more exhausted units to play, create a spy token. Not really using her for the front side, more or less for her back side. Her back side is 3/6. When she attacks, deal 2 damage to an exhausted unit. It's actually pretty good. And then we're pairing it up with the blue force base. And the reason I'm choosing blue is because blue is really good with control. And I really wanted to try out some of the two cards specifically from the Sith Triumvirate with Darth, Traya, and Darth Sion. But we'll get to that in a minute. Now, you'll see that we have a couple heroic cards in the deck, and that is simply because we're trying to take advantage of Anakin. There's not a whole lot of great heroic options in blue-yellow. They're mainly in like the red heroic decks get to use Force Lightning and Power of the Dark Side off curve, and that has been proven to be really good with Anakin. So we're going to try to do something a little different and see what we can do with that. So I'll go over the 2 heroic cards real quick, and then we'll go over the rest of the deck. The first heroic card we're trying to use to be able to take advantage of Anakin is 1 in a Million. This is a rare from the new set. It's cost 1, so when we flip our leader, it's got plot, and it can only be used from the resource zone, so it's got plot. This card can't be played from your hand. Defeat a unit with power and remaining HP, both equal to the number of ready resources you control. So it can get rid of something, but also is just a heroic card for 3 resources that we can use. And because Sly flips on 5, we can use that, flip our leader, use this, and then the following turn, Anakin's online. The other one we're choosing to use is Calm the Storm. Because our leader cares about exhausted units in play, I thought this would be kind of an interesting one to play. It would cost me 4 just to play it from my hand, but exhaust a friendly unit if you do, give a shield token and 2 experience tokens to it, which actually seems sweet because as you can tell, we have a lot of like little stuff. And then also you can play it the turn after you play Traya and protect Traya a bit. You can also make Shin Hati a bit bigger, which seems really good. Make Karis big, make Secretive Sage regain the Sentinel, give it 2 experience tokens, etc., etc. And then later Anakin is online. So that seems really good to me. We're going to try it out, see if it fits, see if it works. I've been fiddling around with this deck, and I like the way it plays. I'm just trying to get the numbers right, figure out what needs to be in the deck, what doesn't need to be in the deck. So to go over the rest of the deck list, we've got 3 Trayus Acolyte. I'm running 3 of this because it's a 2/4 for 2, and we've seen what Karis can do with those stats. Like stuff like Kylo Tarkintown runs Karis, even though they're not really using too much for Force besides Force Lightning, but just being a 2/4 is solid stats. It does get through a lot of turn 1 plays. It doesn't just die right off the rip. I'm running 2 Sith Assassin. I'm not 100% sold on this card. This one might make the cut just for some other powerful things. It doesn't do exactly what I'm hoping it to, but it is just a 2-drop, and it's a 3/2 stat line. It can't be attacked the turn it comes into play. So if I need to like play Secretive Sage or Karis or Trayus Acolyte on 1, and my opponent's an aggro deck, this is where this comes in handy, because if I go 2-drop on 1, my opponent goes 2 2-drops on, or 2 1-drops on 1, I can then attack with this the following turn. They attack me with both their units. I play this, it gains hidden, and now I can activate Sly Moore. It's very good, but that's why there's only 2 in the deck instead of 3. Then we've got Secretive Sage, we've got Karis, We've got Darth Traya. This is another new one. 2/5 for 3 on attack. You can ready a non-leader unit. So she's not necessarily the greatest 3-drop to play. I would rather play Power or Shin Hati on 3. And then, like, the later you play this, the better it gets, because the more you can start reactivating slime more. Really, she's just in here because she's a 2-cost or a 3-cost force unit. It's very good. Power of the Dark Sides. We've got Shin Hati's, Darth Tyranus. Chirrut is really good in this deck. Being able to play a 3-drop or 2-drop force, 3-drop force into a Chirrut, very good. I did think about that upgrade you could put on him, but the more I read that upgrade, you need to disclose a heroic card. And I'm specifically 2 blue, 2 heroic in order to get that effect. So I think that upgrade will go into the blue heroic decks and not a deck like this where you're just trying to get value for Anakin. Otherwise, it would be in the deck because that combo is really nasty. We've also got Talzin's Assassins, some Fell the Dragons, and I am running 3 because there's a lot of games I've ran across where I just like need removal, and this is the removal for this deck. We also have 3 Vigilance in the deck. Really like this for a 6-drop. I think it's still very good until rotation as a 6-drop in a blue control shell. And then we also have Darth Sion. This one's a new one. It's a 5-cost 5/5. When played, give an experience token to this unit for each enemy unit that was defeated this phase. About 9 times out of 10 that I've played this card, it's been a 6/6 or a 7/7, which is super huge. And then when defeated, if this unit has 7 or more power, return him to his hand. So when I do get to play it as a 7/7 and they do defeat it, it just goes right back to my hand to be able to be replayed back out as a threat. That's also super solid to me. We've got 2 Rivals Fall. So our main removal in this deck is 2 Rivals Fall, 4 Fell, 3 Power, and then also 2 Count Dooku on the top end. It's just essentially a shielded body that has takedown built into him, -1 HP. But I think it's still fine because we can just like send Karis into something, give something else -2, -2, and Count Dooku it. Seems very good. Also, if we can just have Chirrut stick around, the better Count Dooku gets. And then 3 Anakin in the main as well. I really like this card. This card's going to be a staple in blue for a long time. And I'm feeling pretty good about where this deck's at. We'll see if Calm the Storm gives us that added capability of getting Anakin at full value. I don't mind playing him as giving -3/-3, but it's just getting full value is obviously better. Then in the sideboard, we're running 2 Avenger, 2 Super Laser Blast, 2 Entrenched, 2 Frozen and Carbonite. This also could be Lurking TIE Phantom. I guess take your pick. And then 2 Confiscate as well. So let's jump into some games. We'll catch you there. Alright everybody, we're back at it with Cal Kestis, or versus Cal Kestis Red. This is probably fine to keep. I am going to drop this, and Rivals Fall would be sweet, especially if they get crazy sneak attack again, but I think we drop it, and we play the Secretive Sage. Claim. We'll drop... I'm going to drop this guy. I am just going to take care of this. Don't need him getting the Force. That's for sure. Create a spy token and ready it. That's not going to allow him to do what he wants to. That's fine by me. We'll play out this 2-drop. Create a spy. So that's also not going to get him where he wants it. I think we drop the Secretive Sage here. Okay, so that did get him where he wanted it. That's fine. We'll just clear the spy. I don't think I can race him. Let's see. Let's just crash. Sure. We'll create a spy. Play Traya. Claim. And now drop Karis, I think. What we can do here now is just go ahead and shielded, and we'll ambush, get rid of that. Let's crash. Probably has a Falcon, so I'm not that worried about that. Let's see. If I send this into Cassian, yeah, I'll send that into Cassian. He'll hit me for 3. That's fine. I'll make a spy. I'll deploy. Go here. Forces with me. Just do that. Hit. 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 And I'll pass. Now Anakin can clean up the red 3. Can't play this anymore, so we're just gonna put it down. Would have liked to see that earlier, but it's fine. I would like to play Chirrut in case he has another Cassian. But if he has another Cassian, Slime War can go ahead and take care of that. But I do need to get rid of this unit. Why can't this give -3, -3? What has happened? Oh, I have nothing in my discard. Hold on. Let's undo that. I guess we just send Tyranus in. That's fine. Now I can get this down. Sure, I'll exhaust the spy. Now I can play this. Get rid of the space thing that's gonna kill me. They take the initiative. So we need to attack base, and we'll deal 2 to this. We'll go here and there. And that's game. Alright, we took him down. That was good. That was really good. Alright. Almost messed that up there. Luckily, we get an undo button now in Karabast, so we'll catch you in the next one. Alright, we're back at it with Daedra Miro Tarkentown. And we won the initiative, so let's see how this works. We'll get rid of this. Man. Don't really want to get rid of any of this. But I think we'll take the Talzin's Assassin. Claim. Oh, Rival's Fall would be good, but that's going to be a couple turns too late. So we'll just power here. Sure, it can take 2 damage. I don't need you drawing any cards. You can go ahead and target town this all you want. That's fine by me. We'll drop a Fell, because I can't imagine they're playing anything super big here. What I get to do now is get rid of that guy. Let's have, yeah, we'll have it take damage. That's fine. We'll claim. You'll probably just daring raid it. Nope. Alright, well now Chirrut will be really good. Let's see, what if we just Talzin's Assassin? They'll hit me for 5 more, but I'll get to delete it now. And that's also fine. Let's deploy. Let's go here, and I will do that, that's for sure. We'll get rid of this. That's not the greatest. I don't even like that card that much. Sure, Sly can take 2 damage. I'll play Chirrut, because then I can play Karis too. And that's fine by me. And they go ahead and concede. Well, I'm not 100% sure why they conceded there, but we'll take it. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Alright everybody, we're back at it. We've got Slymore Blue versus Jabba Green. So Green-Blue Villain is still on the menu. This is a terrible opening hand. We did have the Anakin plus the Heroic card, but we had nothing to play up until that point. So we're going to drop this. I think the 2-drop here. Because I think I'm going to go Karis into power. This is going to be a very control-y matchup. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, now, let's see, they deploy on 5. I do have 3 Fel in the deck, so I think I'll be fine. Just in case I have any crazy shenanigans, I'm going to go ahead and hit while I can, because they just power me, but then I power them back, and I'm only taking 1. And we do have Sidious for next turn, which is cool. I'm going to go ahead and power them. They're going to get rid of 1. I'll collect the bounty and draw a card. Oh, great. Wonderful. Wunderbar. I'll claim. Let's see. Guess I'll get rid of Shin here. That might be wrong, but I don't have like Shin Flurry in here. So let's go ahead and shield it and an ambush. We'll get rid of that, and I will draw a card. Wonderful. So next turn I can play this, and hopefully we draw into an Anakin. That'd be wonderful. We'll actually get to see the power of it in this game. That's what I'm hoping for here. Sure, they choose to bottom and bottom. That's interesting. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. They'll probably flip. They played resupply. That's fine. I get to claim here. Oh, gnarly. Okay, so we have a choice now. We have a choice now. So I think I'm just chilling for a second. I'm going to go ahead and hit the base for 4. We want to push damage, right? Let's go ahead and do this. I can flip. I could just play this. Let's see. They still have 7 resources. Which means a Maul could be coming or a Vader. And if it's a Vader, we're in a bit of trouble. I am going to deploy. I'm pretty sure it doesn't do what I want it to right now. Defeat a unit. So I'll have 2 remaining ready resources, so that won't do anything. So I'll pass, because I can calm the storm here. What'd they do? They passed. Alright, I'm just gonna calm the storm, my leader. They could rivals fall me, and that would be brutal, but this plays around a lot of other things. Yes. Oh man, where's my Anakin, dude? I would love an Anakin right now, that's for sure. We're going to be on 6, so I want to be able to hold up Vigilance or Rivals Fall. I think we'll just drop the Shin Hati, just because Talzin's Assassin is just so good when you have the Force. They need to be able to deal with Sly more right now, essentially. Right? There's also some thought to playing Trench blue with a Force base, because Trench does some cool stuff. They attack me with Inferno 4, that's fine. I think what I'm going to do is just go ahead and hit and then deal 2 damage to the Inferno 4. They could Super Laser Blast. That could be something they do. And that would be kind of disgusting here. They Jabba'd here. That's also fine. So I'm going to go ahead and hit. They could still Vader. They're going to Jabba, which brings this in. Defeat it. Okay, that's fine. What I'm going to do... I could play... I can't really do much outside of Rivals Fall or Vigilance this turn. If I attack into here, that, and I'll give this -3, and now I can Vigilance this and heal. Wait, what just happened? Wait a minute. I see, okay. Sure, go ahead, roll back the previous action, that's fine. I could just play Talzin's Assassin, get rid of this, and that would leave me pretty well. But I think what I'm gonna do, yeah, I could Rivals Fall this, because I can Talzin's Assassin this or Dooku it the following turn, and that's fine too. Now they could power me here, and that would be really annoying. But I don't think I necessarily care about that as much. They also could Avenger. That would also be annoying. But I'm not sure if they're playing that sort of game. We'll have to see. I'm like really close to doing what I want to here. They do. They just Jabba'd me. Okay. Let's Dooku so I can play around Avenger and stuff like that in the future. So we'll get rid of this. I'll go ahead and just delete that out of play. That's fine. I'm going to get the initiative here, which is huge. Yep. And now we're like really close to winning the game. They could Super Laser Blast me, but because they'll have to claim if they get a Super Laser Blast off the Inferno 4. But we're like really close to winning the game here. Sure, I'll claim. So they fell the dragon. That's interesting. I'll get rid of this because I can't play it. So I think what we're going to do is just hit the base for 5 and see where that takes us. And then we can, if they remove our leader somehow, we'll just flood the board some more. We're on 8, so I can go ahead and play out Talzin's Assassin, get rid of this. That's fine, but I'll just power here. They're down to 1 card. I'll pass. We'll get rid of the Sage. We do have both Villainous, so now this is going to be able to do some things for sure. That's fine. That comes in and cleans up Slime more, I think. But what we can do here is I think we just hit, because we're really close to winning this game. They claim... Now I have a couple options I can take here. I can actually, to get more to the board, I can go ahead and shield and ambush into the Vader. And then I can play this out as a 6/6 and we'll pass. And now I have Chirrut and Anakin coming in if I need to. But they have to like delete everything right away or I just straight up win the game here. So they play Vigilance, huh? So that isn't going to do what they want. So let's just hit the base for 4 and then this 6-drop comes in. Maybe I should have hit with this first though, because fell the dragon. And then we'll just clean up. That's game, folks. Wow, this deck felt pretty good. I'm not going to lie. This deck feels good. I like the idea of being blue villainous and having Traya as an option to just make a bunch of spies. Like we saw in that one game, it was really good. But other than that, yeah. This might be the deck we play coming the new set. We'll have to see. But thanks for tuning in, everybody. This was a blast. Hope you guys liked the deck. I'll put the deck list below if you're interested. And make sure you give God some praise tonight. He is Yahweh. He is life, the truth, the way. And we'll see you next time.